Hey guys, my name is Neel and welcome to Neel Workshop Zone. So in this episode we're going to be talking about Python dates. So if you haven't checked out my previous video where we talked about Python scope, I recommend checking it out. And also the previous episodes like Python modules, variables and data types etc. as there's a lot of important things that will be used in the upcoming and in this episode as well. So without any further ado, let's talk about Python dates. So, what are Python dates? So, dates are the things that you use in a calendar or in, saying taking the time, etc. And we use it day to day. But how do you use a date or time into Python? Now, you might be thinking if you saw the data type episode that there is no data type or variable regarding, clock or date, etc. or anything related to it. Then how would you import a, you know, how would you import time or date into Python? Well, the answer is simple, by using a module. So if you check out the previous episode, like the module episode, you know that module can be used to, import a lot of things. You can create your own modules. And I have mentioned in that episode that there are pre-built modules which you can use for simple tasks. So for example, in this case, we have a module called as datetime which we can use to use it to our advantage. So what you can do is you can write import, which is to import date time. So by using this keyword, basically we are importing the date time into Python. So now what you can do is you can say print date time dot date time dot now. Now, or to make it a lot simpler, let's just say instead of print x is equals to, and let's say print x. So by using this, what it's basically doing is by checking the time on your computer, it will basically print the time, the time that you have stored in the computer. So for example, imagine the time in the computer is the same time that you is accurate to the actual time, then it will print the actual time. But instead of just printing something like 2:30 or like something like 8:30 etc., instead I will print it in a specific order. I will print it in year, month, or and let's say we have a date, for example, and then you can write the hour, which is, let's say 9:30, and let's say 23, and this is a random number, but basically what it took is it took the year, it took the month, it took the date, it took the hour, it took the minute, it took the second, and it also took the microseconds. So these over here are the microseconds in which when you run the code, it will immediately take the time that is being used and it will print it on on the computer. So this is how you do it. So now imagine you don't want to print all of the all of those things. So you don't want to print month, microseconds, all of that. You only want to print, for example, let's say only a month. So now what you can do is, now that you're writing like this, you can change it by writing print ads dot month or week or anything depending on what you want to change. So by doing that, what basically will happen is it will only print the month part of it. So if I said month, it will print something like 2 or February, etc. So that is how it works. So now, let's say that you want to write your own code. So imagine you want to write your own time and to, create your own time for some reason. Now what you can use and over here then you can do something in brackets and like sometimes, so let's say 1, 2, 3, and let's say print x. Now this is just an example. So by doing this, basically print something like 1:2:3. So that is how you can create your own time. You don't need any more exercise, you just need to write datetime and 1 to 3 instead of writing dot now, which will print the current version or the current time. So you might be thinking to yourself, this is a good option, but are there other ways to print it? So instead of just writing this code, is there any automatic way to print it? The answer is yes, there is an automatic way to print it, but it might be a little hard. So it's easy to write it in code, but remember it is a little bit hard. But there are important modules in datetime which have specific functions from which you can do it. So for example, by using something like %A, you can create the month in short form. So you can create the week. So let's say today is or let's say this month is February. So let's say we'll print Feb by using this command. So like I said, you can use datetime dot datetime, and in the brackets you can use this, or by using capital you can get February. By using Z you can get the century. So we live in the 20th century, so you can create something like 20th century, or you'll just print 20. There are a lot more other things like that which can be used, but we don't really use them much often, so we don't really talk about it. But we might use them in practical episodes when we do them. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss out any new videos. And that's all folks, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.